Anderson. I'm the reason you probably came to Hugel Haus on a night they're closed. My memory's still not that great, so I wrote a speech. Otherwise, we're going to go a lot of different directions, and it's going to get a little messy. So bear with me. Wow, what a year it has been. I never imagined I'd go through what life has thrown at me this year. It started with the excitement, landing a new job, working at a food bank out in Minneapolis, helping those in need. I was focused on my health, running again, pushing myself to be the best version of myself. But then shortly into 2024, I started feeling fatigued, had a constant headache, and couldn't shake this feeling of exhaustion. I kept pushing through thinking it was nothing serious. After a few blood tests showed nothing alarming, I convinced myself it was just a phase. But it only got worse. By Easter, my symptoms worsened, memory lapses, mental errors at work, and the fatigue continued. I finally went to the urgent care, and after 14 hours in the ER after that, I was diagnosed with hydrocephalus. I still thought that this wasn't true, that this wasn't happening to me, that I was going to come home for Easter weekend and everything was going to be fine. Hydrocephalus is a condition where there's fluid buildup on the brain. The doctors mentioned brain surgery as a possibility. I won't go into all the details of the emergency room, but it was a scary, surreal experience. During this time, I realized I couldn't Ben Anderson my way out of this. I needed to ask for help for me. I've never done that. I've always tried to help others. I've always tried to build on community. And so I went out and said, hey, does anyone know a neurosurgeon in the Twin Cities? And of all people, Carol Straub, if she's still here, knew a neurosurgeon in the Twin Cities who happened to have a cancellation, who happened to be able to call me at 5:45 on a Friday and say, we're getting you in Monday morning. A little concerning, but okay, I'm excited. I go in, and the neurosurgeon says, we need to have surgery done this week. I'm like, can I think about this? Like, this is what you do with hydrocephalus. It's a chronic condition. It's not just going to go away. You can't just Ben Anderson your way through it. I'm like, okay, Mom, Dad, can you come out to the Twin Cities? I got to get off of work. I got to start planning all of this. And I had the surgery on Friday, April 12th. Surgery was a success, we thought. The shunt was placed, come out of the surgery. I can't read the clock on the wall. That's kind of weird. I can't read the phone in my hand. Things are kind of off. The nurses are like, do you have any vision changes? No, I say, because I thought maybe it was anesthesia. We find out I have an inch-long brain hemorrhage that went over the optical region of my brain. Oh crap, I can't Ben Anderson my way out of this one either. And after that, it became very clear that this wasn't just going to be a quick 2-week recovery that we had hoped. This was going to be an indefinite timeline. This was going to be a scary timeline. I returned home. My parents were able to stay with me for a little while. My younger brother, Chris, was able to. And I was walking into walls, not finishing sentences. And it became, okay, I really need help at this point. And I leaned into all of this. I leaned into asking for help from this community. I asked for help with the GoFundMe. You answered. The Barney Fun Run happened at the Sister Bay Bowl. They got more money there. People kept asking, sending suggestions, sending referrals to people. I had so many referrals, I didn't know what to do with the referrals. That just goes to show what this community is about. I have a dedicated team in Minneapolis at the TBI clinic. It's going to be named the Ben Anderson Wing at this point. I see about 8 specialists a week. Don't even list them all, but I have a PT, OT, speech. I'm listing them anyway. eye specialist, everybody. And those specialists, really, I have to trust them, and they trust me, that we're going to listen. And I'm not going to just Ben Anderson my way through this. And, I am now, what month are we? November? No, it's December. Yeah. We are 8 months post-surgery. I would like to, say that the brain bleed has dissipated. Huge news there. Amidst all of this, I had returned to work, which is great, and I was involved in a car accident because someone drove through a roundabout, unfortunately, and I got a concussion. So, back to square one, and started doing some anti-migraine medicine, and as of last month, I am down from like a 7-8 on the migraine scale to like a 3-4. So that's another huge step forward. So yeah, now we're looking at occupational therapy. That's with my eyes, physical therapy with some dizziness and body control, and speech therapy with my memory. We're going to be in that for probably another year or two of recovery. It's the brain. As much as we pretend to know about the brain, we don't know the brain. And, this event here was a very grounding event, something I was looking forward to ever since my brother, Chris, and a lot of the community decided you're going to do it. It's been a long, long time. It doesn't feel that long when you think, it's only been 8 months, but the days felt like weeks, and the weeks felt like days. It just felt like I was going nowhere. And I feel like this moment of getting to Door County, to be around so many wonderful people, to see the donations, to see the prizes, really was something I was looking forward to all year. I mean, this is what I wanted to be. This is where I wanted to be. I did some totaling up of the appointments that I've been at. I have had, I think, almost a week and a half I've spent in a hospital between specialists, surgery, calling my favorite nurse, Therese. Everyone clap for Therese, please. I totaled it up. I've had 45 phone calls with Therese. She is a RN at the neurosurgeon's office, and I called her. Is this normal? Is that normal? Is my brain supposed to feel this way? Every question I had, she answered. And again, you got to trust the people around you, and you got to lean into it, and you can't just do it yourself. And I think this is evident here. This night, I can't highlight it enough. Obviously, I have my family who is front row and center here. I've got so many childhood friends. I got coaches. I got teachers. I got bus driver, Mr. Flotman's here. I have everyone that could be here is here, and it's very special. And through all of this, I think the important thing that I want to convey is what stands out is the importance of community. I've done a lot of things for other people. I know that. I've been fortunate to be in that position. We know about Bo and paying it forward and helping one another. I've been able to do, stem cell donations. I was able to do my liver donation, which 5 years ago coming up, it's just, incredible. And so it's all about paying it forward and making that community, leaning into it when you need to and providing for it. I've always been the one to help, but this was the time I was the one in need. The generosity and care from all of you have been a lifeline during the darkest moments of this journey. I'll never forget it. I want to thank everyone here tonight for being part of this experience. You've shown me the power of friendship and community, and I'm forever grateful. As we're in the holiday season, I'm reminded of the quote from It's a Wonderful Life. No man is a failure who has friends. Thank you for being my friends and showing up for me tonight. Take care of each other, and thank you for being here. And thank you to the Hugel Haus for hosting this wonderful space. I want to highlight, we've had a lot of volunteers who help make this event run. My brother Chris, Alyssa, and Mary Whitteborg have really been the glue for all the donations, organizing, the silent auction. I mean, there's some great prizes out there. I hope you all are putting some your names in there. And appreciate Mike Holmes getting some little Wickman cocktails in here. Everyone came together for this, and it's just evidence. And thank you, and thank you for the live music, the deep end. What a great way to kick off. Frank Maloney is going to hop on here. I'm going to stop talking. I got to drink some water because I want to keep talking with all y'all. Love you all. Thank you.
I'm not speaking. You can stop.